you a foreign worker looking to secure a UK visa quickly? In this video, I will guide you through the process of obtaining a UK visa in just 3 weeks. Discover the steps you need to take and the requirements you must meet to work in the UK legally. Don't miss out on this valuable information for foreign workers needed in the UK. Start your journey to working in the UK today. The UK is experiencing a critical shortage of labor in the food supply chain. The government is tackling labor shortages in the food supply chain, funding technology to reduce the reliance on migrant labor and providing certainty and clarity for farms and other food businesses across the UK. So for a long time, the UK has been relying on foreign labor. However, they are now injecting capital so that they invest in modern technology, and instead of using foreign labor to work in the farms, they are going to use robots which are going to be doing labor which is normally done by humans. For example, the picking of fruits, the packing, the weeding, the spraying of fertilizers, just to mention a few. In its response to John Shropshire Independent Review into labor shortages in the food supply chain, the government will implement a series of new measures to support the industry, and these include extending the seasonal worker visa route to 5 years until 2029 to give businesses time to plan effectively. Secondly, up to 50 million of further funding for new technology to support fully automated packhouses, and more support to follow to bring robotic crop pickers on par with human pickers in 3 to 5 years, and also creating a comprehensive strategy to enhance skills provision and attract domestic workers. So guys, what this basically means is to tackle labor shortage, they now want to use robotic crop pickers as opposed to human beings, and they have since injected capital for that reason. However, this is not going to take place immediately, and they're expecting that in 3 to 5 years they can be able to replace human pickers. So because at the present moment they are not able to replace the human pickers, the UK government announced extending the seasonal worker visa route until 2029 to address labor shortages in the food supply chain. So next year, 43,000 visas will be available for the horticulture sector, with an additional 2,000 visas for the poultry industry. So these visas are for people who are overseas, which means they're going to be issuing over 45,000 visas to people who are overseas. So if you are to apply for a job under the horticulture or poultry industry, you get your visa as soon as possible if you get a licensed sponsor. You get your visa ASAP because this is a horticulture industry and a poultry farm industry, meaning that if it comes to harvesting, certain crops have certain times where they're supposed to be harvested. If it's between January and March or April and June, you cannot get your visa 6 months later because that season would have lapsed. That's why the government offers you your visa or gives you your visa within 3 weeks. Same applies to the poultry farm industry, which operates between October and January, meaning the visa has to be issued within that time period. Therefore, there won't be any delays in the issuing of the visas. So now I'm going to be filling you in on the details on how you can get this visa, what the eligibility criteria is, can you bring your dependents or not, can you renew this visa or can you switch to another visa, does it lead to settlement? This was covered in details in this video. In this video, I'm going to be talking of 2 types of visas which you can use to locate to UK. One of the visas is a seasonal worker visa and the other one is a tier 2 work visa. Why I'm talking of these 2 visas is because I'm talking of jobs in the poultry industry. You can locate to UK to come and work in the poultry industry either as a seasonal worker or
as a permanent worker, meaning you get permanent employment. Ideally, I would opt for a visa which offers me permanent employment, because it means if you use this visa route, you can stay in UK for up to 5 years, obviously renewing your visa, and you'll be eligible for indefinite leave to remain and eventually become a citizen of UK. Whereas if you take the temporary work visa, you're only here for 6 months and then you return to your country. But the beauty of it is, why I'm coming to share with you this visa route is because last year I came and shared this visa route, and guys, a lot of people managed to get poultry farm work jobs. I had a lot of people from Namibia specifically who managed to get jobs here in UK, and some of them, when they were here in the UK, they did search for employment. They went back to Namibia and they came back as carers. You see, so they came here as poultry farm workers, but this provided them with an opportunity to search for jobs here in UK. Not that I'm saying that you come through this visa to search for jobs, but you can network. And when you're about to go back to your countries, because now you're now connected, you can do interviews, you can go back to your country and then come back on a different visa. I know people from Namibia who managed to do that. And if you do go through my comment section, because I do go through the comment section, I really read all the comments, mostly all the comments, or 99% of the comments, I go through them. If you are one of those people who read through all the comments in the videos that I post, you will note that some people have commented that they actually got seasonal farm work jobs and they were looking for healthcare jobs. So that's why I am excited to come and share this opportunity with you today, guys, because you can use it as a stepping stone. I'm not saying you'll be able to switch from this visa to another visa, but you can use it to network while you're here in the UK, and you can use it to identify employers and so forth. And you can also use it to go cast your CVs and all that while you're here in UK. Once you get interviewed, you go back to your country and then you come back to UK after having finished your 6 months under the seasonal farm work job. All right. So if you're looking at the seasonal farm work jobs, guys, they are subdivided into two. We've got the horticulture industry and we also have the poultry industry. The most exciting thing is that if you are using this visa route, there is no need for you to write the IELTS English test. So there is no IELTS English test or any proof of English proficiency. And you get your decision in 3 weeks, and you're guaranteed that you'll be in UK after 3 weeks, because this visa route allows you to come to UK way before your start date. You can come a month before your start date. Let's say maybe you're starting work in November, October, you can come to UK. Mostly they do not need experience in this field, but if you have experience, it's going to be an added advantage. So I'm going to tell you the requirements for this work visa. So if you want to come to UK as a poultry farm worker, you have to identify an employer, apply for a job, and get a job, which means you're going to be looking for an employer who's going to sponsor you from overseas, right? But first and foremost, you need to make sure that you are at least 18 years of age and above. You also have to have a valid passport. You also have, depending on your employer, because some employers, they cover your proof of funds, but in case they do not cover your proof of funds, you need to be able to prove to Home Office that you're going to be able to take care of yourself, and they need you to have at least £1,270 in your bank account for at least 28 days to show that you're going to be able to sustain yourself once you come here in the UK. And you don't have to worry about accommodation, because accommodation is expensive, but the beauty of using this visa route is that most employers, they will make you stay in their farms. For example, if you're slaughtering chickens or dealing with hatchlings and all that, you'll be living in the farm and working in the farm. And if you are to pay rent, you pay at a subsidized amount, which means it's going to be very cheap rent. Guys, believe me when I say a lot of people manage to come through this visa route. So if you are really interested in coming to UK, guys, I remember when I posted this in my community as in where I come from, many people are like, oh no, this visa, they take these certain people, they don't take these people, they don't take. There was someone from my own country who managed to come using the seasonal farm worker visa, guys. So do not listen to the naysayers. If you are interested in relocating to UK, you just give it a try, because you never know, this might be your opportunity. The disadvantage of this visa is that you cannot bring your family with you, and you cannot do another job which is not under your sponsor. 2, you are only allowed to work under your sponsor or the job which you are sponsored for. The advantage is that you can actually study while you're here in the UK. You cannot look for other jobs, but it does not mean that you cannot network. It's very easy to network if you are within the UK than trying to network if you are outside the UK. And then under the Tier 2 visa route, guys, which I've already said, if you use this Tier 2 visa route, you are eligible for permanent employment, which means you're going to be able to bring your family together with you to UK. But if you are to use this visa route, you have to have relevant qualifications in the field. For example, there is this job, which I'm going to link in the description box. They need poultry workers. They need you to have experience in that field. So if you are example experience in slaughtering chickens, the processing, the packing and whatever, you can apply to this job. The visa is renewable, unlike the seasonal farm worker visa. It's not renewable. They can extend it, but you have to go back to your country even if they extend it by another 6 months. Whereas this other Tier 2 visa, once you are here, you can renew your visa, and after 5 years, you are eligible for permanent residency. And if you come with your family here, they're eligible. If you've got children, they're eligible for free education. If you've got a spouse, your spouse is eligible for any other job. Your spouse can do any other job except the sportsman job here in UK. So if you feel like this is a visa route that you are interested in, I'm going to leave links in the description box so that you check this job out and you apply, because they clearly state that they are offering visa sponsorship for people who are outside UK. So this is all that I wanted to share with you guys, and please do share this video with people who are interested in relocating to overseas. You never know, they can use this as a stepping stone. And also do subscribe to my channel, guys. Turn on the notification bell so that you never miss any of my videos. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye.